Hi, Eric Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. The next 6 minutes, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2016 Jeep Patriot so you can make yourself an informed decision. Coming in on the front left tire, you've got about 40% tread on all season radios and down but definitely not out. Now coming behind the front left tire, this is the lower ball joint and it is tight, critical. It's one of the three things I should say, it holds the wheel to the steering. This is your where it's connected to the top. This is where it connects to your right front, left front strut. Now more importantly, if you look up here, this tube here is full of oil, and if it was leaking, you'd see it leaking all the way down here, and that is tight. That's important. This is your outer CV boot, now full of grease, and if it was ripped, you'd see it all over the place. The inner CV boot, a little harder to see. I'll get you a different angle here. Yeah, okay. That's your inner CV boot, and again, full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see it right away. More importantly, behind it, you see how dry it is inside there? That's important, because that's a leak point, and if it was leaking, you'd see oil all over the place, and nobody wants oil on their driveway. Your left outer your left outer tie rod here is tight, and that's critical. It's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering. Your left sway bar link connected from here up to here, and so leak-wise, suspension-wise. Now brakes, you've got about 25,000 K left on your front brakes, and so lots of good. Your rotors are clean. Yeah, you got lots of good brakes on this on the left front. Okay, on the front right tire, down a little bit more, down about 30% tread. And you got some weather cracks going on here, so I'm going to say you probably want to change this front right tire. Coming behind the front right tire, the lower ball joint is tight. The brakes about 25,000 K. Outer CV boot, again full of grease, nice and dry. Your right front strut, again full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there, and that is clean. Your inner CV boot and on your right side is good and clean. More importantly, this is a leak point right here. If it was leaking, you'd see it right away. That is good and dry. In fact, I'm not seeing any leaks on this vehicle at all. In fact, here is another leak point. If it was going to leak, this is the drive shaft to the rear. If it was going to leak, it's going to leak right here, and you can see for yourself, good and dry. The right outer tie rod is tight. Your right sway bar link connected from here up to there, a little foggy, but there up to there. So other than, I'm going to say, needing a front right tire, so far so good. Okay, one more thing is your front right, you're missing a stud and your front right wheel, so that needs to be changed up as well. Now, here's your catalytic converter. There's nothing wrong with it. The big problem is that people reach under there with a Sawzall and they go cut, and they take it to the wrecking yard and they get $100 to $200 for it, and you've got yourself about $1,000 repair. I've got a simple system that I can protect this cat. Ask the dealer about it. We're going to put it on there free of charge, no cost, just to protect your cat. Okay, coming to the right rear tire, again about 30% tread on all season radios, and then coming behind the right rear tire, this is your right rear shock, and if you follow it up, it's good and dry, and that's important because it's full of oil. You'd see it right away. Now your right rear spring suspension is tight. Your right rear sway bar length connected from here to here is intact. Your right outer CV boot, again full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see it right away. The right, a little harder to see, the right inner CV boot, good and dry. I don't see any leaks on this, on the transfer case or on the differential there. So leak wise, really good. Your left rear tire, about 30% tread. I'm gonna say, you know what, you pretty much need to change up all four tires because they're all down. They're all down, and they're all weather cracked. So coming behind the front, probably the rear left tire, the rear left shock, if you follow it up, good and dry. Your sway bar link connected from here to here on your left, everything's intact. Your left outer CV boot is intact. Your right inner CV boot, good intact. More importantly, a leak point is right there. It'd be leaking all the way down here, and it is good and dry. So leak wise, you're in good shape. Okay, your rear brakes are down to about 10,000 K. So I'm gonna say, you know, they're down but not out. So about 10,000 K left on your rear brakes. Okay, with you've got 157, 616, no cracks in your windshield. Dash looking not too shabby. No check engine lights. Okay, now they're going to take you out and show you the condition of the motor. Okay, with the motor running, you've got a 2.4 motor. Now, I'm not hearing anything of any concern in this motor. And the first thing I always do on any motor is I pull the oil cap, and I look for any kind of white goo, because that would be an indication of an internal leak. And this, see for yourself, is good and clean. And honestly, I'm not hearing anything of any concern on this motor. So, run-wise, you've got mechanical-wise, I don't see any issue on it. Tires, yes. Need a stud, yes. Leak wise, suspension wise, need rear brakes down, not out, yes. So anyway, so you're aware of just so you're aware of it, and if you definitely ask about the catalytic protection, that we want to stop your cat from getting stolen. And in addition to that, also going to throw in a free 10% fuel saving device. I've used it for 20 years. Again, it doesn't cost you a penny. Ask the dealer and we'll be happy to help. Bye-bye.